Hello and welcome to the Long Beach Local News Weekly News Roundup. I'm Yasmin Tanras.
And I'm Eric Richards. We thank you so much for joining us. We begin with a story that's gotten a lot of attention here in the city as a reputed gang member on parole led Long Beach PD on a high-speed pursuit that ended in a horrifying crash that killed a local woman.
This crash also killed 5 of 6 dogs that were in the victim's vehicle. Long Beach resident 41-year-old Jessica Bingaman was driving her SUV when she was struck by a reported stolen panel van at the intersection of Temple and 3rd. Bingaman was a dog walker who had customers' dogs in her vehicle.
Behind the wheel of that reported stolen vehicle was 44-year-old Javier Olivares. Olivares is a known gang member from Los Angeles on parole. According to Long Beach PD, officers attempted to stop the vehicle just after 11:30 a.m. on Tuesday near Broadway and Alamitos Avenue. The suspect refused to pull over and the chase was on. The pursuit lasted just a few minutes before the crash occurred, and in addition to striking Bingaman, several parked cars were also hit. After being transported to a local hospital, the suspect, Javier Olivares, is facing a number of charges, including felony evading, felony driving under the influence, felony grand theft auto, and vehicular manslaughter. He's currently at the Long Beach City Jail with no bail. And that same evening, hundreds of people gathered for a candlelight vigil to remember the victim, Jessica Bingaman, and the 5 dogs who were killed. Yasmin?
Long Beach police need your help in finding the people suspected in a drive-by shooting that injured a man. The shooting happened on Tuesday at around 6:30 p.m. near the intersection of Pine and Market Streets. The suspects are described as 2 black men in their mid-20s. The vehicle associated with this shooting is described as a white Toyota Camry, which reportedly was driven by a Hispanic female. The victim was transported to a local hospital. His condition is unknown. If you have any information on this, contact Long Beach PD. And just a reminder, you can remain anonymous.
Health officials here in Long Beach have released a report stating that new cases of sexually transmitted diseases are increasing dramatically. At the top of that report, new cases of gonorrhea, which have risen to over 267%. 1,600 cases were reported between 2013 and 17. New cases of chlamydia are also up 88% to 4,000. Mayor Robert Garcia and health groups gathered within the last week, to come up with a 3-year strategic plan to curb the issue. Education, along with prevention, are included, and officials want to make it much easier for residents to get access to preventative medications. For more information on this story, please log on to longbeachlocalnews.com or search LBLN on Facebook.
Homelessness continues to be a significant issue here in Long Beach. The Long Beach Fire Department have created a unique special unit to help those affected.
That specialized unit is called HEART, which stands for Homelessness, Education, and Response Team. It was established in November of 2016 and responds to calls Tuesdays through Fridays.
The HEART unit was created by firefighters and paramedics Joel Davis and Justin Berger, whose mission is to reduce the number of department responses for people who are experiencing homelessness throughout the city. We got a chance to ride along with Davis and Berger earlier this week to witness what they do. We'll bring you that report on Wednesday for our special mini-series, so stay tuned for that on longbeachlocalnews.com.
All right, very good. Now, Cal State Long Beach PD is investigating a threat of violence that was made earlier this week on the campus. A photo was sent to University PD and LBLN that shows a message about a shooting found in the Liberal Arts Building restroom. Cal State University Long Beach says that they are aware of the graffiti and confirmed that an investigation is underway and that they are making a threat assessment on the validity of the claim.
Long Beach State is now the 2019 NCAA champions, beating out Hawaii for the coveted title. Winning 3-1, LBSU men's volleyball team became the first program to win back-to-back titles in the history of the university. Be sure to follow LBSU on Instagram at LBSUMVP for the videos, pictures, and other highlights. So let's congratulate our home team.
Hey, very nice for them.
Right.
That's awesome. Some Uber drivers and Lyft drivers are rolling again after a nationwide strike over what they say are low wages and profitability. The one-day strike on Wednesday saw hundreds of drivers protesting, and a definite decrease in customer ridership occurred. In a statement, Uber says that in part that they are looking For ways to constantly improve the environment for its drivers, Lyft says that its driver wages have increased in the last couple years at 75%. The strike comes ahead of Uber going public today on the stock market in the hopes that they can raise $9 billion, which would put the company's value at just about $91 billion.
Well,
a lot.
Before we wrap up our weekly news roundup, we're bringing you a new segment called our Local Business Spotlight. And today we have Alex Shawn, founder and CEO of LBLN Helicopters, joining us, who will talk to us here as well. He's a helicopter pilot for the past 19 years, has instructed for 15 years, flown in the tour, utility, corporate, film, and emergency medical fields, is a former Royal Naval officer, Minister of Defense Commercial Fire, a professional national judo player, and has a master's degree in air power in the modern world from King's College London. Let's welcome Alex Shawn. Hey, how are you?
Thank you for having me on, guys.
Thank you for
Great
joining
to have
us.
you here.
So, one of our questions is, where are you from originally?
Well, originally from Oxford in England, so not too far away from Yasmin, just down the road.
Okay.
So we're actually now outnumbering you now, Eric, on this show.
Yeah,
the English contingent.
Just a little bit. What made you want to own your own helicopter business?
Wow, well, like you said, I've been flying for about 15, 20 years now, and been flying all different types of different things, corporate, EMS, utility, search and rescue, all that sort of stuff. And always wanted my own company. Always wanted to try and make a difference and do something I love doing. And I thought, well, before I get too old, let's give it a go. So, I'd flown in LA for a long time, and we really wanted to make a difference in flight training. We really wanted to put our passion for helicopters and teaching into the local community, and we've been doing it ever since. Obviously we do lots of other things, but flight training was one of the main reasons we started.
Right. Now, what are some of the obstacles that you faced as a business owner here?
Oh, wow. I mean, helicopters are rather complicated and rather expensive. So, I funded the company pretty much off my own dime and my own money when I started. So always finding money and always just keeping going is a huge one. I think, quite frankly, as well, really important is your own mindset. Right? So when you do your own company, you have good days, you have bad days. Some days you want to, shout from the rooftops how wonderful it is. The other days you want to crawl under the table and drink yourself to death.
Right.
So the real trick there is consistency, right? It's having that belief that you want to carry on, the belief in what you do and how you do it, and that you are fighting a good fight,
right,
and you're bringing a positive impact to everyone that you do and all the lives that you change.
I think a lot of business owners can relate to that, and I'm curious to know as to why you set up in Long Beach, actually.
Long Beach is the best training airport around. It's the only airport with what we call an enclosed traffic pattern here in Long Beach. That means we're not flying over local residents when we do training. So, all the other airports around here, you have to fly around over people's houses when you're doing flight training, which is not exactly environment friendly for the neighborhood. So, and it's just in the middle of everywhere, right? We're not too far away from Orange County, we're not too far away from LA. So for our tours and our photography businesses as well, we can get to downtown LA in less than 10 minutes for all our photography stuff.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So actually going on that, what are some of the top aspects of LBLN, and what kind of services do you provide? Because I see on your website you have so many different packages.
Yeah, we do quite a lot. Yeah, absolutely. Obviously training is one of our key things. We go from zero to hero, as I call it. So we train everyone from 16 years old to over 70. Some people are doing it for fun. Some people are doing it as a career. It all starts with a demo flight, which is $99, and it just gets you in. You go in our simulator, then you go in our helicopters. But it's that introduction to the whole thing which people love, and they actually get up there in the aircraft, having a go themselves. And it actually forms the first part of their license. So what a gift for people with that. Tours, we do everything from 15 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on what you want to see and where you want to go and see it. Some people love the Hollywood sign, some people couldn't care less about the Hollywood sign. It really just depends what you're looking to do with there. Photography is a huge one. We're very big on Instagram, and we fly a lot around LA with the doors off, so that people can get those amazing shots of all of the different types of scenery in there. We also do cinematography, which is fun. We've done parachute jumping in the past, we've done whale watching in the past. We charter out to the wineries, up to Big Bear, over to Catalina. Pretty much anything you could think of doing with a helicopter, and probably 10 things that you never even thought of doing with a helicopter, we will do.
You tailor those things as well. So do you ever get really ridiculous requests?
Oh, we do. You should see the wedding and engagement requests that we get. We do a lot of engagement things and a lot of wedding things, and people say, "Oh, can we do an engagement party in the helicopter while hanging from the skids?" Right? Well, you could, but not. That might be a little bit risky. But yes, I mean, on a serious note, we do tailor everything that we do to our customers' needs. So if someone wants to go and propose on a building in downtown LA, on the top of it, we can do that.
Now, this is our local business spotlight, and Enthelion will be hitting its 5-year mark within the next few weeks. And so, how have things developed over the past 5 years, and what's next for Enthelion as well?
Yeah, it's been a very, very interesting 5 years in a lot of different ways. Our industry's actually gone through some fairly substantial changes over the last year and a half. Not all of them good in some ways, which is actually creating some challenges for us, but where I see a challenge, I see opportunity, quite frankly. We've noticed an enormous rise in aeroplane companies, the big aeroplane companies poaching helicopter pilots because they're short of pilots, and they suddenly have figured out that helicopter pilots make good aeroplane pilots. So we've nearly seen a 20% exodus to the airline industry. So we're doing a lot of challenges right now for us to attract helicopter pilots back in and people to learn again. And I'm doing a number of initiatives there to really try and make it more lucrative and appealing for potential helicopter pilots coming into it, because it is a great job, right? We are known as the dark side to aeroplane pilots, if Star Wars things we're standing there. But we are very, very different. We're a lot harder to learn than aeroplanes, but ultimately, I've flown both, and we're a lot more rewarding because we're that much harder. And if you're like me, you like challenges, it's the way to go.
All right. What's the story behind the name?
Oh, Enthelion. Oh, yes. So this is we were looking. Actually, this was an intellectual property issue when we started the company, would you believe? We were called Paragon back in the day, and it conflicted with another company down in Orange County. So I literally said, right, I do not want any more intellectual property issues ever again. And we were looking at weather phenomena to do with flying. And an Enthelion is actually Greek for helion, meaning sun. Antium is opposite the sun. It's a rare type of corona that we see when we're flying of the sun. But I also thought, well, it's got helicopter in it, right there. And then here's me, A for Alex at the front, and then Nina is my business partner, so it was A&M. So I thought, fantastic.
Okay.
That fits,
Wow,
right?
that's a magnificent branding right there.
So,
Two and two
plus,
together.
no one's ever heard of it, so it makes them look it up. So it's kind of reverse psychology at the same time as well.
Yes, but it makes complete sense, and I love the logo as well.
Yes, it's my hovering bird here. Bird of prey, right? Which is I always liked.
And well, before we do finish up, we are going to keep you on, of course, and we have a couple of questions from the public. But what do you want the public of Long Beach to know about Enthelion?
That we are here, that flying is accessible. A lot of people think, so if it's to do with training, they think, oh, I need a military degree or a college degree or all of these things to actually fly, and you don't. You just need to be able to see straight, which, even corrective lenses and glasses are okay these times, and just a will to do it, and just excitement to want to fly. You don't need college degrees, you don't need military experience, you just need to love it, and we all do, and that's why we do it. And as far as the tours go, I mean, people think, oh, it's going to be $500 a tour. They start at $55 a person. That'll get you over your own city, it'll get you over the port. Obviously they go up from there, but you can get in a helicopter for $55, which really, what way to spend a weekend or a Friday night at that point, right? That's a good date. That's a good date night at that point.
There's such a misconception, yes.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
So we have a question from one Esk Calvin, who asks, how high can helicopters actually go?
Wow, the record right now is actually held by a helicopter over 29,000 feet. It went to the top of Mount Everest. Oh, wow. It was actually an A-Star, so the same helicopter you see with LAPD and Long Beach PD, and the sheriffs, that same type, it's Aerospatiale, or now it's Airbus. They just put some different blades on it and some other little gizmos, and it went well over 29,000 feet, so pretty much as high as an airline that helicopter went up to. So we don't go that high, obviously.
How high do you go? Or how high is it allowed?
It's dependent on the airspace. Los Angeles is the most complex airspace in the entire world. We have over 25 airports within 25 miles here. Wow. So obviously LAX is the biggest, and we have to, and it's very, very regulated where we go. So depending on where we are, It depends how high we go. The bigger question is how low do we go usually, and that's a variety of reasons. That's usually for noise and being flying neighborly, because people don't want us clattering over their house.
Right.
But it's also to do with safety as well. If we have any issue, say we need to do an emergency landing for whatever reason, we want time to do that. We want time to find the right landing spot, to figure out what's going on. If we go too low, we don't have that time. Literally, altitude is time, and time will save us, quite frankly. So there's a number of factors in there, but really, yeah, we can go very high, but then you can't see anything.
Right.
So if you want to tour, you don't really want to go as high as the airlines.
Right. Well, now I'm not surprised why you're here, because it's true, when I first came here, I thought, oh, there's a lot of helicopters over here. So that makes sense. Next question. Oh, okay, so second question was Daniela Barajazl. Sorry Barajazl. Sorry if we're butchering your name.
Yes, Barajas.
Is there a way to get free helicopter rides?
Wouldn't everyone love free helicopter rides? But there is actually, that we do quite a lot of competitions, whether that be through our own social media or with Long Beach local news as well. We do that for our Friday Fly Day, where entering the competition will get you a free seat on the helicopter. We also do free ones for big influencers as well, sometimes depending on what type of influencer they are and if it fits with our business model. But usually, they are obviously with our competitions and our giveaways. But hopefully now it's not that expensive anyway.
Yes.
You don't have to put a second mortgage on your house or sell your left kidney to afford to come in the helicopter.
Well, that sounds like a real fun day, fly day, and even romantic day out. So,
Good date night.
Date night.
Yes.
Where can everybody find Anthelion and yourself on social media or website?
So website, just www.anthelionhelicopters.com. If you just look for helicopters in Long Beach on Google, we'll come up as #1 anyway.
Awesome.
So it's very, very easy to find. Our Instagram, check that Instagram out, anthelion.helicopters. Some pretty cool pictures on there of LA and the surrounding area. Just look out for us any way you want. Those two are the bigger ones, and just Google us on Anthelion Helicopters in Long Beach.
Well, we
were
wish.
taking a look at some great video there.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
some
I
great-
think they
some
got me one of me
great
flying
footage
there
from
as
above.
well. Which,
Yeah.
Well, we wish you the very best of luck, and you're about to become a father as well, so congratulations on that.
Thank you. I think that's more scary than actually
being
flying
in a
helicopters.
helicopter, yeah.
Sometimes I'm just, fingers crossed for a great birth, and my wife and my child are healthy, and everything works out fantastically. Because I can't wait to be a dad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just in time for Mother's
Most
Day for your
exciting
wife.
part.
and Father's
I
Day
know.
for you.
And it was my birthday a couple of days ago,
Yeah.
so in the
Everything's
future
back
it's
to
going to be
back.
an expensive month, right?
Yeah.
In the future. So.
At least all in one go. Well, that does it here with us for the day. We will have our community calendar coming at 4 p.m. to let you know what's happening this upcoming week here in Long Beach.
Yes, and if you aren't already tuned into our Instagram Live, we invite you to hop over there as our conversation with Alex continues. For now, I'm Eric Richards, and we know you have many choices for news. We thank you for choosing us.
And for more top stories, visit our website, longbeachlocalnews.com, and follow us on social media at Long Beach Local News. My name is Yasmin Tamras. Thank you, and bye for now.